to take point. So I'm gonna go with the 4-4 here. Hey Nutlers! Hope you enjoy the new emotes. So he's going with dual 4-4. So 4-4 with enclosure is really nice. But we're gonna go with 3-4. We're gonna go with dual 4-4 here. 4-4 is more flexible. This is more corner oriented. Play some Soji. Oh, that's a good idea. We'll keep in mind for that next time, Apache. Get that account. I think I made an account already. If we do this, he most likely will enclose this corner. Then we'll split. Because once black gets a nice wall here, then it's nice to split here. So we're just going to back off here. Stay nice and simple and basic stuff. Alright, so he's going towards micro. And then so micro, we got to split. It would be a mistake to jump in here because micro, what it does is anywhere in here you jump, he's going to attack and then make profit from it and chase you the whole game. So we're just going to stay safe and split here. So split, let us have Miai, which is I guess like a fort kind of in chess where you have two ways to defend yourself. So if he plays here, I play here. If he plays here, I play here. So this zone is fairly safe. How strong in Soji? Not strong. I'm guessing 30Q. I know the basic rules. That's about it. The basic rules. Let me go see if I can fix that on a... where would I fix that? Channel? That's not it. Maybe that channel. Alright, so this is basic, right? This basic development is very, very basic. You probably see this pattern so many times already. So now, I guess we'll take the middle point here, since he has a nice... There's also an advanced move playing this one, and then he'll Hane, we pull back, and then he connects, and then we jump. But let's try to stay basic as possible here. Thanks for the follow. Daily basis. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep it basic here. So this is pretty basic. He defends his thing. We're gonna. It's very tempting to do this. Very, very tempting to do this, but it's not a good move because he can just jump in and take the 4-4. So what we're gonna do here is take this point here. So now he can only attack over it this way, and he jumps in. Then we're gonna pressure him with the stone already. So this enclosure with extension, right? So basically we're following the same thing, and we're defending the corner first. Corner takes priority. Defending the corner while building a slight wall here for this stone to prop against. Now we invite him to jump in, which is what he was doing to us in the first place. Invite us to jump in. So as expected, he jumped in. We're gonna take outside influence here. What is happening? That question is pretty loaded. Hey Clanger, welcome. I'm glad it helps you. See, so now we're gonna build outside influence. That's gonna help us our enclosure here, right? Then we don't have to do anything in this area here. It's gonna develop itself. So basically, now we have a choice. We have this block. He's gonna Atari here or here. Then we connect. And then he's going to jump out. This stone makes weak, right? We definitely don't want to do that. I'm going to force him to live small in the corner. So he's going to push here. Oh, he Ataris? Oh, he cuts. So, I'm afraid cut's not going to work. Well, that helps us. We're just going to Atari this way. And it comes down here. We're gonna capture this stone. He's gonna live in the corner. He's gonna clamp here. Oh, that's an odd move. Okay, and then we take. He clamps. He push once. He's still gonna have to live. The nice thing is, oh, he's gonna play this to Tsuji. This is a little bit dangerous for him. So he's playing the driving, but then we're gonna fold here, and he's not alive. So it's a little dangerous for him. And look at the thickness here, see? So this stone is very good positioning here. The best thing he can do is maybe shoulder hit here, but the shoulder hit would get countered with a F16. So I don't like his choices here. Don't like his choices here. Oh, your iPad is better? Oh, that's weird. I think it has to do with the stream downgrading. I think some people have that issue also. You might be able to watch it on YouTube too, on a daily. Maybe it's the connection is better on the YouTube, because I'm streaming on both. You can probably keep the chat and maybe go on the YouTube. With some development going on with C14, giving up the corner is a good idea. The left side is looking way larger than the corner. I know, right? So here we're gonna force them into some bad shapes. Of course, we're gonna play. The first thing comes to mind is this, which is very nice, but you always have to reconsider. Is there a better option? Maybe we can honey at the bottom, but then he'll just connect here with a tiger mouth. I think this basic move here is good, just to keep him down. Then we will Atari and connect. If he wedge, we Atari and connect here. Then he's still kind of in trouble. Okay, so he does that one. What we can do is tiger mouth. Tiger mouth, he connects underneath. We'll just do this one or this one. This one seems super solid. I'm gonna do this one. And this one, he still needs to live. So you can see the development here is getting really nice. The left side's getting really nice. Do you solve a lot of reading problems? You mean Sumego, right? I think you're referring to Sumego? That? I have an app on my phone that I really love, but it's only for Apple only. So I don't know. If we do this, he's gonna clamp. Then we connect, and then he connects underneath. Now I think I'm gonna take the corner here. There's a weakness here at N17 we can exploit. I'm just gonna show the app. So we're gonna do this first, but then if we do this, he jumps. If he jumps, then we can play this move. So I like that combination. This here, there's something here, but I'm gonna leave it for later. Gonna take the corner first. That's very large. So there's this app here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This one. It's called Smart Go Key Food. And it has problems in there. That's what I do while I'm on the train or I'm waiting in line for something. Stuff like that. Ooh, so he's going in real deep. And going in real deep is not going to be good for him because we're definitely going to counterattack, but where? I think this way. Alright, so we have a wall here. So the decision to which way to play, okay? So we have a wall here, so we definitely want to push him towards this way. So push downward, right? Towards this way. So I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna play this shoulder hit and force him towards our wall. That's what a wall is good for, to attack. Is it a Chinese app? No, it's a, I don't know which country it is, but it's in English and it's really nice. It has all the pros game and they update very, very regularly. And then they have Sumego on there. Yeah, I think for Sumego, I recommend, I definitely recommend apps. I think we can cut. Because the ladder is good for us this way. And then there's no ladder this way. He comes out and the ladder is good for us this way also. So I'm gonna cut. So now we're branching off basic. We are no longer in the opening. And this is no longer basic. $5 for 8,000 problems. This one is a little pricey. It's 20 bucks. But it has a lot of problems and it has all the pro games you can study. That I like about it. So even here, if he gets to live here, if we get a nice control move, which it looks like we will. Because if we can push all the way down and slice here, then he has to run the stone, and then we can just jump out here. So we have one nice corner here. Okay. He's gonna do that. Because that is Sente, but then now it lets us build a stone, so he's gonna hope to live in here. I think... Okay, he's trying to go underneath. We're gonna Hane under because that's always our right here. Just gonna connect. Yiseto? Yeah. That is true, they do use that. It's a little odd. I think extension is gonna be good for us for forever. So down here, then we extend, then jump out. He's being very aggressive because he really should live here. Okay, so he does make a move. I'm going to play this one. Because we got profit here. I want some more profit here. This one we'll revisit later. There's no need to chase him down or anything. I think we got enough profit here. And then this wall is going to turn in some points later too. He can't really push out. He can Kusumi here, but then we can just extend the wall. So I'm going to draw back. Not going to help him, okay? If we push or anything like that, it's going to help him. We draw back, he's going to have to draw back also. And then this move is still available. Why you took the corner instead of completing the Moyo? The corner is bigger. Moyo can be destroyed. So that's why I took the corner. This area is very big. So the reason this shape has a weakness is because he does get that one move in, but now all the Aji is gone, which isn't good for him. Fanzy, thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh, he's going that way? Well, we're gonna extend. That still leaves the weakness here he needs to protect. But now the only problem for him is, like, he's got a weak group here. And there's a wall here already, so it's gonna be hard for him to run. the right side. Should we jump? I think we should jump. We jump, there's a cut here later. But first we gotta read this. If he connects here, is it Sente? He push down. Let's see what he does here. This was a weakness he needs to protect, but he didn't do it. So now we're gonna come in, harass him a little bit, shrink down that corner. Here, here. So point-wise, here, he has this area, right? And this is getting tiny. This is probably gonna end up being around this, so this side can match this corner. And then this corner will match this corner. And then whatever we get in the center is gonna be our lead. Before you run out in situation, do you first look at Sabaki or you already know the experience from there? Usually when I look at a Moyo shape, I see the weakness already and then I try to read all the weakness. I think this one is Sente. We can push in, but then now we connect underneath. That's really large for white, and then now this group is very in trouble. Now we can go all out on him. Just unload. This was the only move I was afraid of earlier, but now he's in very deep trouble. And then we have to slide here later to settle our group. And don't forget over here, this move right here, very dangerous. Very dangerous for him. That's a bit greedy. That connection was very, very greedy. Doesn't work. It does not work because we can just Atari and connect. So interesting. Place this one. That'll work. We'll let him have this. And then we'll attack. This might be the key move here. Try to read here. If we play this here, he push here. Then we play this one, he Atari, we play a Ko. If he doesn't play the Ko, then we Atari here. And he dies. Wow, okay. And then we'll use the code threats to kill this thing over here. Hey Luz, what's up? We'll take, that helps us. True. Abandon, yes, abandon. He's overplaying quite a bit here. Atari here. connect. We do this one. Alright, we'll leave that for later. We will leave that for later. What I need to do, this is here. Okay. Gonna push here. He's cut off. I think he made a mistake there. We'll do this. It seems very dead now. What up, Orbix? Because capturing one stone doesn't make you alive, right? So this is a lesson why you should not overplay too much, because you leave so much weakness around that you get exploit and attack, and then you're kind of done. Like this group here, gonna get attack also. You know, the shape, he has nice shape, but still it's not totally alive. A move like L8 would like punish it pretty hard. So now he has no choice here. If he connects here, we play this one, and then it's pretty much dead. Yeah, so basically it's because the points is even, but then position-wise, when you play solid, it's harder to attack and get exploited. But he was kind of weak everywhere. There's still stuff here you can exploit. So an attachment at R3 is a big possibility here, because there's an Agi here. When we Hane, this is not alive. So hey Orbix, yeah, we can do it today too if you want. I wouldn't mind helping you prep for that tourney. Hope you do really well in that. He's taking quite a bit of time reading this out, so maybe we should read it out too. So basically, in reading, when you try to read, basically what I do is I take all the easy combination out first, and then I look into and then I try to put the stone on the board in my mind, and then read out further combinations. Oh, I think it might be. I don't think I see any combination for him to get out here. Because after he connects, I'll just push here. Connect, I push here, Hane's there. We'll just take. Then he Atari, but he has to connect 2 cut points here, and then we'll play this one. We'll take this, then now we can just cut in. We don't have to be greedy and catch these 3 stones also, but this group here is dead already, so we're just gonna play this one. And that's gonna give us... Oh, he's being a little greedy guy here. We play this one, he Ataris. Connects. Atari down this way, he can't jump this way. Down that way, that way, that way. Oh, it does work for him. So I guess he is out. But we get this move. Now we attack this group here. We don't need all the points in the world. We just need enough to win. That was nice reading by him. But I think maybe I should have played here first. For the cap first. Gonna play this one. Then the Hane is nice. Or he plays that and I'll just develop points here. I do like that. Oh, and then this is Sensei. This is Sensei. Then then that leaves the cut. If he Ataris, we cut. Because this stone's not important. This stone is just to prevent him from cutting us. I think it's time for us to play R3. This will be perfect timing here. But is there anything else better? That's what I'm asking. I think this poke here, I'm gonna poke first. Poke first, ask question later. If we play here, he most likely will. Should we attack this group still? Do you think? Or should we be not greedy and just... Let's probe. Now my iPad is freaking out. I think this is correct here. This needs to live, so... I like the P14 peep. P14 peep. This one? For black, you mean? So we'll go this way, then we go boom boom, and then we connect. Beautiful, beautiful result for white. And then black is still in trouble here. Then we connect. Doesn't the S15 slide let you cut that group? Yes, S15 slide does let you help that group. So now black has how many points? So what we want to do now is split attack. That is the key here. But first, so I think here's his shape move here. So split them up. This thing is dying. This thing is dying. We looking Gucci. Black's points been reduced by a lot. Kanahane from the top, not the bottom, the top. And then we'll play this. Tiger mouth, very safe. So now he's gotta choose. There's no way he can play from both sides now. We are going to connect. I like your IGS style. So this corner was originally his anyway. So I think we're fine here. And he's super dead here. There's no way for him to live, I don't think. Because of the weakness here. I think this looked natural. He can extend here, but then we'll just extend ourselves. So we don't get in liberty issue here. So then we just extend. It's real simple. Now he can throw in, but there's nothing really he can do. This group is just dead. This extension is also Sente, not to mention, so... You simply just can't save everything, you know? You can't save everything. He's trying to shenanigan, but then this group is gonna die too. The Komi should be... I'm gonna kill this top two now then. Because we can just Atari this way and then fold here. Yeah, endgame is very big on for the counting because there's a lot of Sente stuff that you have to account for, but that really comes with studying endgame, which is like a chore that most Go players don't like to do. Thank you very much for that group. Doesn't work. He has liberty issue. He might have something here with the K17. But I'm just gonna connect if he plays K17. He drops down, I connect. It would be unwise to save this stone because there's Aji where he can push you. Then there's Shenanigan, but this way there's no Shenanigan. So we're just gonna cover this. as safe as possible, because then that leads to the win. He goes here, I go here. There might be something there. I need to be careful. Actually, if he plays there, we play this. Play there, we play this. Now his only chance is shenanigan, pretty much. Gonna... Just to be safe, there's no need to connect underneath here. There is a greedy move to connect underneath, but there's just no need. Then we have this bump here. Actually, I'm going to connect this one. That one's Sente, so I'm going to do that. Now we're fairly safe. Sente, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, and then we do this one. Make sure he doesn't have any shenanigans. Push here. Just finish off the end game here. We should have plenty to win here. Plenty to win. It's gonna be a ko thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a ko. Gonna be a ko. The bottom? Yeah, the bottom was a trade. Oh. What? Weird. It's the dead shape. We do this one. Connect. This one. Exactly, flower ko. Very big flower ko. And he doesn't have that many threats. Hey Clanger, it's just a deep house music. Siri picked it. She did a good job today. We have another threat here at S8. It's pretty nice. Although we don't need it. We definitely don't need it. He has no threat because we play so solid. He does have a threat at the top, but it's somewhat small. I will reply, however. If he throws in at like 019 or something, I would take. Then he takes back, and then... Oh, he resigned. He resigned. He tapped out. Can I even say thank you to this guy? Let's see what he did wrong. GG to him. Let's look at the game. Alright. So he went with point style, right? The dual 3-3-4 is points. So you're telling your opponent you're going for points. So up to here is what people call in chess, what is it, novelty, or is that what they call it? Where it's like been played before and been studied before. So up to here there's nothing special. Other than the fact that this move is pretty big and it's a subtle difference that I used not to do. So before, I would play this. So before I would play this, and this is more like a little bit more immatureness in my go, where you don't know, when he pins like that, you jump up, but that leaves a lot of weakness here that you can exploit. User bud, hey, how you doing? Going in with the ear already, eh? Thanks for the 1 bits, by the way. So now that I've been studying a little bit, this to me seems like the right move here. You're doing pretty much kind of like the same thing. You're kind of raising a wall, right? It's a jump, either one. Slight different jump here, but the thing is, this defends the corner a lot, and this doesn't. And then black can still jump in the corner here still. So this is a lot better. Like it's a very subtle difference, but it's a lot better. After K5, you would be happy to approach at C6. Exactly. Black has a lot of choices. And the issue with this formation, why the books will explain why the shape for white is not as good as for black here, is because black has a 3-4 stones and white has a 4-4 stone. That is the minor difference. And the 4-4 stone is more easily exploited, right? So if you have like, but white is further out, but still that's just like the minor difference that I'm making to my games, to my opening, and it's been helping out a lot. Like most of my game, I'm leading going to the mid game now. As before, I would go into mid game behind, then I have to make some crazy fights and stuff to make stuff happen. And then here you can also play this combination, but this leaves this stone pretty white, this white stone pretty weak. I didn't like that variation, so we chose to take the outside instead. And here, you could also do this, but then the same thing will happen, is this stone will get pretty lonely out here. And the reason why we plopped down this stone in the first place is not to leave it out lonely like that. So a nice combination is this. You just extend here, and then black should have extended like this. Actually, I guess black couldn't do that. I have to go back and protect my cut now. I'm trying to see here. Maybe this first. But the point is here, the combination, the point is here, white gets a solid wall to go against his enclosure up here, which is nice, because the only thing black has left to do to kind of reduce is the shoulder hit, really. But that, it's a little bit dangerous as well because of this. Right, so now, this lean on the stone is very dangerous. So, the shoulder hit is still a little iffy once you let white develop a wall like this. So instead of blocking like that, I like this more. This cut was, I felt like was a mistake because now white is much thicker than what I showed. For sure white is much thicker. And then this Tsuji is, I feel like, is bad also. It looks good in certain situation because it does force white down a little bit, or up like here, and then you connect. That only works if this stone wasn't here. This stone is here though, so it's not as effective. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that for him. Where is it? Back here. That emoji is good. I was surprised that no one had a ear reddening emoji because it goes with the game, you know, when you're watching a stream and you see somebody play a really nice move. It's perfect for it. So I thought I added that. And then here, this is really, really good result for white. As you can see, I don't need to explain why it's good for white here. Black spent like so many stones and got like 5 points. And white spent just as many stones, but it has really nice thickness. Like this is completely alive, and this is major influence. Like it wraps all the way around. And then so here, would you guys have played E18 like me, or a similar move, or what else would you play? Let's do a little quiz here. What from here, from this board position, what would you play? Let me clear the shape. How do I remove the marks? Can I remove that too? No. Instead of E18, what would you play? What is another possible move for white here? You played 016 maybe? 016. Oh, you like the attachment. That's very creative, Luz. Very creative. I like moves like that. Or D10. D10, I would say don't play E10. It's too close to your wall. And it doesn't really develop the moyo in a massive scale. It's a solid move, but it's slow. It seems slow. F15 first. So I would say no D10. F15. You would play F15 first before D10, you mean? F15 is a nice move. F15 is the right direction. Pretty much black has to come back and kind of defend here. Because this stone is like, the gap is too wide here, right? So after white gets this, I think black will do that, and then white will probably play this. This is where F15 would probably lead to. This nice fat moyo over here. Those are pretty solid choices. 017 or N. 017. O17 right here. This one I've never seen before. There's definitely a weakness here that black has to protect. But usually it's N17, Rose Link. That is the proper move here. And so if black kicks, then you jump, and then there's a weakness here at Q17. Still, black needs to protect. And then if black caps, then you can just jump in here, and this lives. Because he has to block this way. Like this. And then you just live. So O17 is also a good move. but it's more of a direct move. How about the kick with e16? E16. You mean e17? I don't like the kick so much because this helps black too much, and the corner is still not fixed, right? So you kick, you do get the corner, but you help black, because now black, this extension looks nice because it's a 2 stone now. Now white does something like this. Black no longer has to go back and defend. So e16 is the right idea and right area, but I would go with e18 because that doesn't help black out. See, you're still securing your corner, but you're not helping him out. So later on, you can play something like this still and attack this stone. Another solid choice would be this one, because this one let you play this one later, and if black does that, you connect underneath. That's why that one's good, but I like e18 or d17. But the other choices of these moves are pretty solid too. I just didn't like the d10 one. That seems a little bit slow next to your wall. And build your moyo. After n17, k18, try to isolate a single stone, build your moyo. That is the idea of this stone here, because if black plays elsewhere this stone is, then you attack this stone and kind of move into this area. Let's say black plays something like this, something silly like that, right? You would attack this stone. That's the next plan, and then after this stone is placed here, then this stone's here is very, very dangerous against black. So that's the progression. So instead of just jumping in like this, now my style is to approach from the outside first and then make my way towards where I want to attack. Why e18 over d18? It's a matter of taste, Nutler. This is very possible too. It's very possible and very solid. The only thing is, this one, black will kick like this, and then if you don't defend, black has a clamp for endgame here. So with this one, either black push and do this, and we get Sente back. They can play something like this, right? He's alive, he's solid, but we get Sente to get this move in. But if you choose not to do anything, then we can follow up here. Secure, then annihilate. You got it. That is the plan. The plan is always build very strong. They come in, and then you can attack full force. You definitely don't want to leave any weakness here. If you look at this board position, white pretty much has no weakness position. Like, no weakness, right? Other than these 2 stones. But these 2 stones are very alive, because the only time where this shape is not alive is if black has a stone here, and this stone is closer. So this stone needs to be at R15. Then this group is not alive. But if it's open on both sides like this, this is alive because white can slide in either side here and make base. So white has no weakness, and when you have no weakness, black has nothing to attack. So, and then this seems a bit greedy to me. I would probably prefer something like this, or even something like this. Kind of help this stone out, but then reduce the moil from the outside too. I think the problem with some people and their counting sometimes is they over project how many points an area actually is. Like, if you count right now, you cannot count any points for black here. And you can't count full points for black here either because of the 2 weakness. So I would say count half of it. And then here there's also weakness, so you would count half of this. Right? But here, because of the thick wall, this potential here, potentially white's going to get all of this. If white's not going to get all of this, it's going to transfer to something else. Transfer to another wall, transfer to no more influence, and that then at the end is going to transfer back into points. So this here, I would say this is pretty solid points for white here, this area. So it's very hard, it's very tricky to count sometimes. But this board position is nice to explain stuff on because it's very standard. And then here we kind of break away from basic because since you're strong and you have ladder on both sides, you could play this cut. It looks a little bit of an overplay, but you can play it. And then here, yep, that's usually how it is. It's like points on the go board's like energy, right? Like you study in science class where it's like kinetic energy or potential energy, right? And so one side have kinetic, the other has potential. You try to reduce the potential of it, but then like it goes somewhere else, it becomes potential somewhere else, which is nice. You can't really eliminate all of it. And then here, black is gonna live small because the slide's still open, so the skirt's still open. So you count this as pretty much like 2-3 points. And then after this, I feel pretty ahead now because now this corner is very exposed. And this corner is still open, and white has solid points here, and that definitely solid points here because of this whole wall. If you look at these stones, if you imagine these stones not here, which they're kind of not are because they're super weak, this whole wall is white right here, so the potential is all white here. And so here black has a losing position that he has to overcome, and he couldn't do it because there's just so many weak groups hanging around. Even this one is weak, as you can see with the slide here. He kind of had to live somewhat like this, but then even here, it's kind of hard. It's hard to see where the eyes are. And then here, I want to show you guys a subtle difference to also how my go is maturing. So as before, I would play something like this. When black takes this, right, he's alive, and then white has to jump, but then black has a nice move here. Black has a nice peeping move here that white has to block, and that prevents that. So now this algae needs to be fixed, right? So instead of that now, what we do is we play this one first. If black blocks, then we have this drop down here to connect, and this thing is in deep trouble here. Instead, he'll take that. So pretty much we gave him 2 points inside, but then we get this. Now we're very strong. Now we're completely alive and attached everywhere. Now we can really attack this group. So small difference you can make in your game, right? You can keep your style, but you can make small little minute tweaks here and there. Makes a huge difference. Just don't make exchanges that are kind of bad, you know. And then here, before when black play something like this, I would play this and try to fight this, but it doesn't end well. So that's another way that my game have been changing a little bit more, because you have to adjust. At the 5-dan level, surprisingly, it's a lot harder than 4-dan plus. Even though it's like half a rank, it's surprisingly harder. Very strange. So we're gonna look for another game, and while we do that, while it is looking, I need to finish